Miss Catherine Tate!
I don't use this, no one. And you know when, you know what it reminds me of when you have a moderator and then you're here and it's like you're doing a press conference for a missing person. And it always, you know, it's always a little bit somber. Do you know what I mean? So tell me about your time in Doctor Who. And it's like, if anyone's seen Timmy, please let us know. So I don't do that. I didn't tell him I was going to do this. So what I want to do... Hi! I always like to know who's come from the furthest, in case it's me, and then I just leave in a huff. Hello? Oh, hello, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I didn't realise what you were doing. Do you know, I thought you were a latecomer and I was about to chastise you, so it's just, well, I didn't. I was about to go, sorry. Where? You were late? Oh, the deaf person was late. Oh. Where were you? Oh, getting this person's photograph. Luke. So I've come from London. Well, you definitely are late, you people there. Hello? Hello? Walking away, pretending. Hello? Hi. You're really late. It's very rude. Are you friends of Luke's? You've not missed much, but we've all been just coming up and saying a bit about ourselves. It's your time. No, I'm joking. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, so I've come from London, England, and the baby's heckling me. I'm sure probably no one's come from as far as I don't know, maybe not. There was some... Oh, someone's already put their hand up. Just wait a minute. Wait to be asked. And I just want to start with some people, and you know, the game is who's come from the furthest, okay? Baby's still heckling me. So, for example, where have you come from, madam?
Decatur, Georgia.
Someone's not quite understood the rules of the game. Has anyone put your big lens camera down, sir? Put it down. Like the paparazzi hounding me. Seriously, you're not having a photo like, oh, sorry, I'm standing right in front of me, so Luke don't know what's going on. Yeah. That's what you get for being late, Luke. Right, yes, Decatur, Georgia. Pathetic effort. Who has come further from Decatur, Georgia? Where are you from, darling? Spit it out. Well, I mean, sorry, I don't mean spit it out. I mean say it out loud.
I came from Israel.
Oh! Suck it, Decatur, Georgia. Israel. I think we may have a premature ending to the game. I mean, no one's going to have come further than that, surely. Who was the person that put that hand up straight straight away, you're now sitting on your hand going, Where are you from? Hold on, let me count my mum. Well, obviously not. Anyway, no. Not literally. Although I do hear strange things happen at Dragon Con. Where were you? Hello, darling. Where are you from?
I'm from Birmingham.
He's from Birmingham. Birmingham, England, not Alabama. Yeah. Now, my geography is so bad, I don't know. Is Israel further than England? I'm guessing it's not. I mean, I'm guessing it is. Yes, sorry, thank you. Okay, right. Now, a few well, thank you all for playing and congratulations, Israel. Yes, so listen, a few house rules, if I may. One of them is whoever's in charge needs to, you know, don't you? Yes, this gentleman knows, yes. You need to be very clear when I've only got 5 minutes left. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. So yes, but the last time when I had 10 minutes, you stood at the side and it was the people in the audience that had to tell me I only had 10 minutes. So you all literally come there and wave and, yes, we've got it, we know. Okay, another, I mean, I'm not going to call it a rule, it's just a guideline. Keep it light, people, keep the questions light. I don't know too much about sci-fi. I hope you got the memo. Because I was at Dragon Con last year. I don't know. Actually, did anyone see a panel I saw yesterday with Freema? Yesterday with Freema. Oh, okay. I won't tell the story then. Oh, that's not too many people. No. Because as I was saying, right, listen, I always preface every panel I do by saying this, that being in Doctor Who was an incredible experience, one that I cherish and, my joy of it accumulates as the years go by. Now that doesn't mean I ever watched Doctor Who. Okay, I know that's like, for you, isn't it? What? But, it was never my thing. And, but I love it, okay, love it. Don't know too much about it, don't know about the rules. Someone came up to me today and someone came up to me and went, oh, look, basically I thought they were the face of Bo and they were something about Cassandra, okay? Have you seen that? Have you seen that amazing person? And they're wheeling this thing that I was like, oh, I've got this. Would you like me to sign the face of Bo? And it's like, that's Cassandra, but okay. But last year, I think it was when I was at Dragon Con, because I don't know too much about sci-fi and Doctor Who, the tiny bits that I know, or indeed think I know, I kind of tend to brag about, which all goes well until you get it wrong in a room full of sci-fi fans. And I started saying something about, well, of course, when David, the 10th Doctor, recalibrated into Matt Smith, and then there was sort of this like ripple going round, and I was like, yeah, didn't think I knew that word, did you? Yeah, recalibrated. Heard of it? And there's people like going nuts, going, it's regenerated! And I'm like, what? Sorry, can't hear you. And then I realised there was nearly a riot. It's like, it's just a mistake. Now, hold on a minute. I am going to start letting you ask questions. I only do this to save, waste time so I don't have to answer too much about sci-fi. I've just got to take my top off. It's all right, I've got something under there. Luke's asked to go home. Oh, what happened then? I suddenly went very tiny. No, I'm not. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, there we go, look. Time travel. So, I'll also preface it, just in case I don't want to waste anyone's time. Some people like to ask, what projects would you like to do, or what's your dream role? And I'm a bit superstitious, I don't like to say stuff until it's doing it. Some people like to ask what it was like working with David Tennant. It was awful and I'm still in therapy, okay? Don't buy into this I'm such a nice guy act. Monster. So don't bother asking that. There's only so many times I can say, obviously genuinely from the bottom of my heart, he's wonderful. But it does get a bit boring. So, I don't know how we're going to do this. How are we going to do this? Have people got microphones? Did you not all get the memo to bring your own? Yeah, is that really what's happening? Or are there people with microphones?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so, oh, great. So I guess, I was like, wow, that's an interesting thing for a panel, no microphones. So are you queuing up? Is that what's happening? Great, let's start the ball rolling. Hello, darling.
Hello.
What's your question?
My name's Sarah, and my friend Chloe.
Has just had something frighten the life out of her by the sounds of it. Or did she do that all the time? You mention her name. Can you imagine how annoying that would be?
It's all the time.
Hi, I'm Sarah, this is Chloe. Gosh, I'm amazed you're still friends with her.
Anywho.
All right. Fighting talk, Sarah?
What was I going to say?
What did she say?
Sorry, I forgot my question.
Well, I can't really understand you all.
It's good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, my
Can I just ask why? Oh, is that where you're sitting? That's why you're so far back.
Oh, I'm over here.
No, I know you are, but they're normally like... Anyway, never mind.
Okay.
Yes, go on, because it's hard to see people.
Okay.
Sarah, this is taking for ages. This better be a good one.
Okay, we came up with a really difficult question for you.
Excellent.
Ready?
Yes.
Could you tell us a really funny story? Like, really funny.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
crying
you've really
laugh.
hit the bar quite high there, Sarah, haven't you? I mean, and the thing is, comedy is such a subjective thing. What I may think is really funny may just get a room full of silence.
Well, I laugh at everything.
You laugh at everything? Oh, you're an easy mark. I will tell you, I could tell one of my favourite stories, a story, but I did tell it on Friday, so I don't want to be too boring and repetitive if anyone's here on Friday. Tell it? Okay, you might have heard it before, but it is genuinely one of my favourite stories. But you might not like it because it's not about, what's that? Oh, don't say it like that. It's not about Doctor Who. I was about to go, it's not about that. What's that other programme? So I was also in a show called The Office. And my kind of like go-to, like sort of just like muck about friend on The Office is Craig Robinson, Crayro, right? He plays Daryl. And I call him Crayro and he calls me Cat Tap, okay? And he would always, you know, he like pranks and jokes around and we kind of got the same sense of humour. He's absolutely brilliant. Everyone is brilliant, but he holds a special place in my heart. And so he's always kind of like, I can never take him seriously. He's always like telling me stuff that's not true and he's always trying to mess with me. So after The Office is finished, and just after I started doing cons, because I didn't start doing cons till a couple of years ago, I was going from Los Angeles to Fan Expo in Toronto. And on my way to the airport, I get a FaceTime call and it's Crayro, right? Sitting in the back of a car. And he's like, Cat Tap, you're going to Fan Expo in Toronto. And I'm like, how do you know that? How do you know that? And he goes, because I'm going too. And I'm like, no, you're not. Because at the time, I didn't know that the cons and stuff did stuff that wasn't sci-fi. And I'm like, no, you're not. And he goes, yeah. I'm like, stop lying to me, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to Fan Expo in Toronto. I go, oh, whatever, anyway. And he says to me, In fact, you'll see me in the lounge in the airport. I get to the airport and he's sitting there in the lounge. And I'm like, seriously, where are you going? And he's like, I'm going to Fan Expo in Toronto. And I'm like, listen, it's a good fun joke, but... So they call the flight and I walk to the gate and he's walking behind me. And I'm like, listen, you're taking it too far. You're taking it too far because the plane's going to take off. Anyway, he's going, Cat Tap. I'm going to Fan Expo in Toronto. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You're not, but where are you going? So then we step on the plane and I'm like, the plane's going to take off. Okay, you win, okay? You've won. You got me. But this is ridiculous what you're doing. He sits down and I'm like, what are you going to do when you get there? What are you going to do? Anyway, he goes, Cat Tap, listen to me. I go to the bathroom on the plane. The pilot comes out to say hello. And he says, Miss Tate, lovely to see you. I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who. And a huge fan of you in the office. And I say, well, you'll never believe this. Craig Robinson, who plays Daryl, is sitting there. And the pilot says to me, yes, I know, he's going to Fan Expo in Toronto. And I go back marching down the aisle going, you are going to Fan Expo in Toronto. And he's like, Cat, I told you. But that is one of my favourite stories, because I didn't, my jaw dropped when the pilot said it. So Sarah, I think you might have been the only one not laughing at that, but there you go. Way to buck the trend, lady.
I loved it.
No, I'm joking. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Who we got next?
Hey, I'm Matt.
Where? You. Hello, darling. Hi.
Hi. I love when you come to Dragon Con, and I loved you. But I don't think I've seen you in anything else. But you've got a...
Get out.
Yeah, I know. But I was hoping if you gave me a recommendation for something else from your body of work that I should see, maybe I could stay if I promise to watch it.
Oh, God. You could... The Office is rather popular. The Office is really, really funny. It's really great. If you're a Doctor Who fan, actually, I don't even know if you can get it, but David and I did a theatre show called Much Ado About Nothing. You can watch that online, or check out a show called the Catherine Tate Show. Honestly, I'd start with The Office. I don't come in it till seasons and seasons, but it's one wonderful show. Thank you. Nice to see you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm about to go to the UK. I'm actually moving to Birmingham. And my question is you prefer Quality Street or Roses?
Oh, now there's a question I can relate to. We're the only two people in the whole place that understand what you're saying. This is a chocolate question, or as you tend to call it, candy. Ridiculous.
I was corrected. I'm supposed to call it sweets now. So.
Oh, sweets. Yeah, we call them sweets, right. No, chocolate. So Quality Street is one brand of chocolate, and was it Roses?
Yes.
Yeah, 100% Roses for me. Because it's Cadbury's and I really prefer that. Sorry. But thank you. And specifically the little one that's twirly with a hazelnut in the middle. Hi.
My name's Miles, and Much Ado About Nothing is probably one of my favorite things you've ever done. Where
Thank you.
do I buy it? I've looked everywhere.
Oh, is that woman's friend again? What was her name? Cheryl? Who? What? Oh, Chloe! Sorry.
I just can't find it anywhere.
Sorry, darling, go on.
You're fine. I just can't find it anywhere. I've looked, the only place I can seem to find it is across the pond.
Right, I didn't even know you could find it there. I don't know what to tell you. And what is your question? Do you want me to take you across the pond so you can find it? I haven't got a copy. I don't even think there is a copy. We were really not smart when we did that show. We should have I think we just missed the sort of, everything's online now, isn't it, and stuff, but I'm sure there's probably someone sat there with their mobile phone and recorded it. You can see it there. Yeah, thank you, darling. Thank you so much.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
I love DuckTales.
Oh, thank you.
And
I've disappeared.
I'm over here.
I'm sorry. No. Sorry, I keep doing that. It's because you're set up for me to be sitting there, aren't you, at the press conference? I'm so sorry. Sorry. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's fine. I was just wondering how you became involved in the show, and will we see Magica again?
Well, I've just recorded another episode. Just literally, I think it was the day before I came. And I got involved in the show, they just asked me to do it. Very possibly because of the connection with David, but I don't know. I just got asked and I was like, oh yeah. But you know what? We didn't get that. We knew who Scrooge McDuck was and Huey
and Louie.
Yeah. But we didn't get DuckTales at home, so David and I didn't know it. But it's like, it was in the 90s, wasn't it? And then yeah. No, but no, it's wonderful to do. I love it. But I wasn't familiar with the show, you know, but I love it.
Okay, thank you.
Hey there.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Josh.
Hey, Josh.
I hear you are a big Shakespeare buff. I was wondering...
I don't know who's been spreading those rumors. Is it a quiz?
I was wondering what your favorite Shakespeare verse was.
My favourite what?
Shakespeare work.
Oh, it's Much Ado About Nothing. Yeah, I will always love that show. No, not show. Play. Come on, keep up. Yes, and Beatrice had always been my dream role, and in my, like, even when it was just like a little thing in my imagination, David would have always been my dream Benedict. And so when he just rang up one day and went, I was just thinking, should we do Much Ado About Nothing? And I was like, yes! But I love it, yeah, I really do. I also like The Winter's Tale. You'd like The Winter's Tale because I think the speech that Hermione says, "Sir, spare your threats." If you've never listened to it or read it, it's a wonderful, wonderful piece of, of writing, yeah. But thank you.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
I love your Catherine Tate Show. I love the sketch comedy. I love all the characters. My dad cracks up every time I pull up a clip of you in the translator.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I was wondering which one of your characters would have been able to survive in the context of the office situation. Like if they had to work there.
Who would survive? Probably all of them, because I write the scripts. Can I just say, I'm so impressed with the Dragon Con method, I'm going to get you a question, of serving water in silver flagons. Tankards, if you will. I find it very in keeping with the whole theme, and I appreciate that. I would say it was probably Lauren Cooper, because she'd go in there and she'd be like, Duns Mifflin, who cares? I'm bothered, who cares? Duns Mifflin, look at my face. Look at my face, Jim, is it bothered? I don't care. So it would probably be Lauren. Thank you, John. Hello.
Hi. So there's an episode where Donna's uploaded into a system and she meets her soulmate, and when she's leaving in the TARDIS with the doctor, she sees him, or he sees her, and all of a sudden she's like, never again. What do you think happened to the dude?
So, first of all, what? No, I'm joking actually. I do know exactly what you're talking about. It's really funny because I said to Russell, actually, I said, you know what? That was the person that Donna should have been with. That was the person. Sorry, but that was the person. And I said, why didn't you do that? And his thing was, he said, I did think about it, but it was, I mean, I'm gonna make this up, but you'll know what I'm saying. Was it a parallel universe or different, something parallel reality, wasn't it? Or something like that. something like that. And his thing was, yeah, you wouldn't both have existed in the same time frame. And I was like, okay, I'm out. Just get me someone else. But I know what you mean with Lee, his name was, wasn't it? Yes, I do remember some of it. And yeah, I would have read, yeah, because I just thought you saw them together and you saw the genesis of their relationship and it all go through, whereas, yeah, and I love that. But what happened to him, I guess he's still crying somewhere in a parallel universe about the temp from Chiswick who could do 100 words per minute. But thank you, I love that. That's my best end line to any question. What do you think the dude's doing now? Drop the mic, drop it, but don't, because we haven't got the insurance. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Catherine. I'm Pamela.
Hello, Donna.
First of all, Donna Noble, my absolute favorite companion.
Thank you.
Absolutely love her. My question actually is about The Office.
Good, something I understand.
Yes, absolutely loved Nellie on The Office and everything you brought into it. So I'm just curious about how it felt coming into a show that had already had such a large established fan base and other cast members who had been there for years before you joined it.
Well, I was, in equal measure delighted and then quite intimidated because, of course, I was a massive fan of The Office before I joined it. Never dreamt I'd be on it. And, of course there is that thing because you realise this is a finely tuned, wonderful kind of orchestra of people that all know each other and have worked with each other and been friends for so many years before I sort of come in. But it was such a wonderful atmosphere and they were all so welcoming and I had, the absolute, some of the best times I've had in my career on that show, and so it was wonderful. Yeah, it was wonderful. But yeah, it was that kind of thing. Oh no, it's like being it was like being the new girl in the class when everyone's been there for a decade. You know what I mean? It was like wow, but it was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do. You're an inspiration. I was wondering.
You don't know me very well.
Well, in that case, this question might make that worse.
Thank you.
Because my question is, as someone who is unafraid to accidentally stand in front of the interpreter and turn it into a bit and heckle people early, just someone who lives.
Start again. What are you saying? What?
Do you have any?
I didn't hear what that was. What did you say?
Oh,
I'm unafraid of what?
The bit of accidentally standing in front of the interpreter and then turning it into a dance. It was funny. Sorry.
What? Is this going to affect the rest of the question? Because we can just move on.
No, not at all.
The bit where I stand in front, this is what I hear up here. The bit I wasn't afraid to stand in, oh, that Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know why it's so strange you said that? Because I heard how you're not afraid to stand in front of the interpreter and do a dance, right? And I'm like, why that was so strange to me is, for people that know my show, one of the most recognisable sketches is a sketch called The Interpreter. And I'm like, I didn't dance in that. So I'm sorry, thank you, go on. Yes.
My apologies.
No.
So that's actually a great example of you're able to take those moments where something, a miscommunication, and just turn it into something really funny, and you're not afraid to live out loud and handle, all of the potential fallout, and you just do it with such a great smile. Do you have any hints on how to live so fearlessly?
Yeah, don't do a panel behind a press conference. See, if I was sitting there, we wouldn't have had that. Me and Luke would not have had that moment, would we? Right? Any hints? Oh gosh, I'm the last person in the world you want to take hints from, believe me. But, I feel that is the thing. We can all be sometimes a little bit too worried about what's going to happen, and then you end up with a load of regret. So, my advice, anytime there's a deaf person, stand in front of their interpreter and dance. Right? Because it works. imagine? Can you imagine I start a trend? And then everyone's like getting arrested. And they're like, no, Catherine Tate said it was good. It's like, no, it's really not. This is the International Conference for the Deaf and you've got to stop. You've got to stop dancing in front of the interpreters. No, but it's fun! Oh, Luke, you have got to come with me to every panel I do and we do this, okay? Because this is not going to be as good a story anecdotally. Do you know what I mean? I start off the panel, can you imagine? The next panel I go to, hi, have we got any deaf people here? You're gonna love this. Come up on stage, let me dance in front of you. It's fun. They liked it in Atlanta. Oh, we have a laugh, don't we? You have to, don't you? You've got to have a laugh, people. You've got to have a laugh. Anyway, she's just got the joke about Cheryl. Not Cheryl, what was her name? Keep up, lady! That's just a deaf person at the back who can see the interpreter from this far away. We finally got the first joke. Right, now let's all just recalibrate. Regenerate a bit. Yes, let's have the next question. Hi. Oh, no. Technical difficulties.
Hello. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. So, in the office, when Daryl leaves, the one thing everyone asks to do is to dance with him.
Yes.
So my favorite dance was the one you did with Daryl. I was wondering, did you guys plan that, or was that just you guys went for it?
No. What did we do? Oh, yeah, it was like some thing. No, I think they did say. I think they did take us off into a room and say, "Oh, can you do something like this?" Yeah. That's so funny. I'd not remembered that till just now. And I've actually got. No, we did rehearse that. Because I've got the video somewhere of the rehearsal of it. Which I'm wondering I should post into a meme if only I knew what a meme was. Thank you though. Hello.
Hi, my name is John. My question is, as someone who is so keyed into improv and is so able to just be fluid, what's one moment in any of your shows that you've been part of where you just fell apart?
I don't fall apart, John. Well, you know what? When we did Much Ado About Nothing, we had an understudy go on, right? And David is way more professional than I am, right? But it even tested him. Because this understudy went on, very late notice to be fair, and was doing a part that was, well, he clearly never read, right? So the actor says, I can't do it, and then this guy's on. And it was genuinely one of the most surreal moments I've had in my career, because, if you don't know your lines, you can probably improvise a little bit. Very difficult in Shakespeare, especially when everyone else is like waiting for the cue line. And a wedding scene, and he was playing the friar that married the two lovers. And this scene went on. It was probably should have been about maybe 3 minutes long. 25 minutes later, we're literally like, and the whole cast is on the stage, and he was just like going in a loop. He was going in a loop, and I can't take it because something makes me laugh on stage, and I'm terrible. I start laughing. But what I did was, I was laughing so much, I had to pretend that I was crying in character, and I kind of like shook myself off of stage. I had to get out there, off of stage, into the wings, like this, left David on stage, and he's just like, to myself, and you know, people are sort of like on stage, there's just all this going on. I come back on, sort of like going, oh, you know, like that. He's still going on, this man, on a loop. And it was the first time I've ever known David do anything kind of like that you're not, you know, that isn't 100% professional. I mean, I want to talk because I went off stage in order to scream laughing. And this is the only thing I've ever seen David do. This is David's version of walking off stage laughing, but he didn't, he stuck it out and he just went like this. His hands behind his back. And then he was back in the room. That's all he needed to do. I'd been off about 4.5 minutes. But I am notoriously one for laughing on stage. I mean, because once you get the giggles, I mean, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. You know, it's embarrassing. It's really bad. Because the thing is, you start laughing during a take, you know, on film or TV, and you go, oh, sorry, can I stop? But when there's you know, loads of people out there, it's really difficult, and it's actually a really scary feeling when you actually, because it's funny, and then it's like a little bit cheeky, and then you go, oh no, this is actually scary, I cannot control my laughter. And it's very difficult if you're supposed to be in a very sad scene. Thank you for your question. Hi.
Hello. So you said that you're really not a sci-fi person, and I was just wondering how you got involved with Doctor Who, or why you decided to do it.
Well, I got involved because Russell asked me to do it, and I was aware of Doctor Who. As a child, I didn't, well, here's the thing, here's how much of it I knew. I knew that people were scared of these things in Doctor Who. And I thought it was garlic. This is as a kid, right? So I thought for years, oh, you know, the thing that's like the Doctor's nemesis is garlic. And I remember thinking, oh, I'm pretty sure that's something to do with vampires. I mean, not really got very imaginative, have they? I am the Doctor. Yeah, but I've got some garlic bread. Okay, bye. So when it came back again, right, which of course was a big deal and I knew about it, but it wasn't something I'd seen even though it came back again. And I decided to do it because Russell is an unbelievable writer. I knew it was wonderful, and David, I'd never met David at the time, but I was a massive fan of his, and I just thought, this is incredible. And also, bearing in mind, I was only asked to do the Christmas special first of all, and I thought, this is amazing. Anyway, then I think, oh no, that's right. And then when I got asked to do the show, the actual, like, come on, be the companion full time, not assistant, companion, apparently. I thought, oh, I better watch it. Okay. Now, bearing in mind the last time I'd seen it was in the 1980s, right? I happen to turn on the TV when I know Doctor Who's on, and it's the episode, and I'm thinking, this is research now, because I've committed to do this show. And it's the episode that goes back in time to the 80s, when Rose is born, right? Do you remember that episode? And it goes back in time. I don't know that. And I turn it on, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, this looks exactly the same. I mean, nothing about it has changed. I mean, where's the garlic for a start? And I'm just thinking, the production values are still shocking. So I didn't realise it was one of them. And yeah, and I said yes straight away. Well, to be honest, when they asked me to do the Runaway Bride, I said yes. I said yes without ever seeing a script or anything like that. I wouldn't have done that because I knew I didn't need to. It was with Russell, it was with David, didn't need to see a script, just said yes. Then when I eventually get the script, I always like to, I don't like to read, I mean obviously I do read it at some point. I like to get the script the first time I get any script, turn it to a random page and then just like see what my character's doing or see what my character's saying, so that when I come to do that, I can go, oh, you didn't know what this meant when I first looked at it. So I open it and it says, Donna in a wedding dress is suspended 100 foot up in a giant spider's web. So I thought, oh. But from the day I started to the day I finished on that show, I loved every minute of it. I loved it, I loved it, I loved it. Thank you. Hi. Oh yes, oh yes. She said she loved it. We'll give her a round of applause.
Hello.
Hopefully she'll stop mucking about with a deaf man.
Okay, speaking of applause, last year you said that one of the weirdest things about Americans is that they will applaud anything. Wondering, well, this is a lead into my question still, but did you happen to hear backstage when we were all applauding at nothing?
No. But I believe you.
Well, yeah, so that happened. So anyway, you're absolutely right about Americans applauding at nothing.
But you know what the other thing is that differentiates Americans from the Brits is you're also incredibly proud of where you're from. You know what I mean? So in each regional, if I was to go to, it's like if I was to say here, anyone from Atlanta, right, there you go, or something like that. And it's all that. If I was to say at home, like my friend from England will tell you, if I was to say at home in a room like this, anyone from Birmingham, people just be like, oh God, no. Oh no, God, no. And that's, and I love both cultures for sort of equally the same reason. I love British people for their sort of their deference and their sort of self-deprecating loathingness, and I love Americans for the outward thing of yes. But you still not asked me a question.
My actual question is, what do you think, or what in your opinion is the weirdest thing about Americans?
As if I'm gonna say that! Do you know, if you'd have not said the bit about applause, I bet you 100% if you'd have asked me, I'd have gone, without you saying that, I'd have gone, because you applaud everything. The weirdest... There's a weird thing. You mean weird as in kooky? The weirdest thing about Americans, I mean, it genuinely probably would be that you do applaud at everything. Or that I tell you what you are. No, I'll tell you what you are. I find Americans very generous of spirit. I really do. And that's not a weird thing, but in some places, you don't get that, and so it's weird in a very nice way. But you're incredibly positive, can-do, people, and you should genuinely applaud yourselves for that. You come at things with a can-do attitude and a willing smile. But thank you for your question.
Hi. Hello. So I loved you as a companion, and that it continued into the Big Finish audio. Will you be doing any more of those?
We just did some Donna Noble adventures. Yes, we did, and they're great fun to do. I love them. It's wonderful to. It's obviously it's the well. I don't say obviously, there might be other things, but you know, the job I did 10 years ago still has a kind of a life in the fans, you know, in the fans' world. It is wonderful. So, and it's wonderful because it's like you never had to leave it. You know, you never had to say goodbye to it, and that's wonderful. And I speak as a very unsentimental actor who I leave a job and that's it. I move on. I never look backwards, and I don't in anything I do ever seek. I never seek to find out what anyone thinks of it, which might be a very arrogant thing to do, but I kind of feel, well, do you know what, I've got no control over it now. I've done the job, I've done the best I can, and it's out there now, and it's up to the audience to like or not like it, but I don't seek to find out either way. And because of that, I had absolutely no idea, A, that there was this kind of love for Doctor Who in America, or anywhere really, and that anyone would have remembered a character I played like 10 years ago, because I remember John and David was going, you must come to the conventions. I was like, how embarrassing would that be? It's like, it's all right for you or the Doctor, but no one's going to, I mean, it would just be embarrassing. No one would remember who I was. And John said to me, a couple of years ago, he said, come to Dallas to do a convention. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be embarrassing. And I was bowled over by the fact that, you know, people remember the character, like the character, loved the show. You know, it was amazing. So it was, I can't even remember your question.
It was about Big Finish audio.
Oh, the audio. That's what I'm saying. So that, you know, even 10 years later, and just recently, I did a compilation of the Donna Noble adventures because, you know, there's the fandom, and also I'll tell you something someone told me today, and it was a term I'd never heard of, and I love it. And I know that there's Whovians and the Whoniverse, but you probably don't like it, but I thought it was really funny. He said he was a hooligan. Because you couldn't be least like hooligans. But thank you for your question, thank you. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
During David's panel, we were having a Shakespeare discussion, talking about diversity in the roles and having more women playing different roles, not just the female parts. And my question is, which roles would you be interested in doing a reverse on?
Well, that's
writing maybe something for.
Well, I don't think I can write Shakespeare. I think he's got that covered. Yeah, move over, Will. I'm going to have a little go. Well, the thing is, it's a bit like to my point about I don't like to say things in case they don't happen, because there's a potential something around that area that might happen, and if I feel if I say it, it might not. Do you know what I mean? So sorry, I'm a bit superstitious. But yes, absolutely, bring it on, bring it on. It was about time, wasn't it, for the female Doctor? But I'd like to say this: the Dr. Donna was the first female Doctor. Bitches! I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Dr. Donna was the first female Doctor. Bitches! And all the hooligans can wear them. What? She's not. But someone asked me yesterday, actually, at the panel, they said, oh, about diversity, as diversity goes on and on, what would you like to see the next Doctor be? And do you know what my answer is? Ginger. Yes. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm Rachel from Israel.
Rachel from Israel! See, this is the other weird... Do you know what you said, what's the weird thing about America? It's not that you just applaud anything, you applaud place names. That's the weird thing. Yes, Israel, brilliant, yeah. What's your question, darling?
So I grew up watching you do Shakespeare and do comedy, and now I'm an actor and I do Shakespeare and comedy. So this is, the little girl in me is so thrilled to be here.
Oh.
So thank you for your work and for doing that. I was wondering in your life if you plan on doing any work to empower the voices of women and girls in your work or in nonprofits or...
Well, I do a lot of stuff. You know, I like to. I think it's important. I think it's important that you go into schools and do stuff when you can, and obviously support charities and stuff that are close to your heart. And you know, I think as someone that, you know, I'm very grateful to do the thing I love to do, and so you have to give back with that. And you know, there's lots of things that you do and you don't expect. And you know, especially with things around theatre, I'm very, you know, I'm very passionate about supporting theatres, especially the smaller theatres that don't get the spotlight and the press that the bigger theatres do, but are doing wonderful work, you know, in local communities. And that's my, you know, that's my passion is that, and animals. Yes, I like to have adopted a donkey. Yeah, it's called Alan. Alan the donkey! I do, I love donkeys. Really, love them. But yes, of course. I did a thing last year about, it was called Leading Lady Parts. And it's a, you know, it's a thing that obviously that's all, everyone, every single person on that film donated all their time, that was what it was. But you know, I thought it was an incredibly clever way of addressing that point. It was just about women being typecast in a certain way. But thank you for your question, and adopt a donkey. Adopt a donkey today. Let's put that on a t-shirt. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. Oh, okay.
Excuse me a moment, I'm just going to get some water from the...
All right, everyone, I'm
from the tankard.
Catherine Tate is going to hydrate.
Yes, right? Woo! See, look, you're clapping that! Look at that, people. Woo! Hey, anyone here like water? You absolute lunatics. Hello.
Are you ready?
Do it.
I think you're the one who will be doing the thing. Do you have any secret skills or talents that you can share with us?
Oh, God. Ladies and gentlemen, meet my agent. I don't know if it's going to work with the microphone, but I can sort of make it sound like a baby crying. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, right there! And it doesn't matter if it's no good, you're still going to applaud. I think it's this. Hold on. I mean, honestly, I've never done it with a microphone before, so I don't know. It's actually better when I don't use a microphone. Cut your hands, but no one would hear it apart from... I was going to say Luke, but it wasn't going to be Luke. I was trying to say the front row, and I thought, oh, Luke's in the front row, and as I said it, I thought, it's not going to work. It just goes, thanks a lot. And then gives me a heart. I mean, genuinely, I just thought, oh, this is so clever, because Luke's in the front. Oh, yeah, he can't hear. Yes. Understood. Thank you. Oh. I don't think you need... Well, hello, darling. Where are you going? What are you doing? Yeah, you can sit there. Why did you sit on the floor? I like the way that you ran in like this, across the stage like I wouldn't see you. Sorry, who's next? Hello.
It's me, the Brummy.
It's you from Birmingham. Hello, love.
I love Donna Noble. She was my favourite companion.
Thank you.
But I was first introduced to you through the Catherine Tate Show. And my favourite character of yours is the Nan.
Yes, thank you.
I just find her really relatable to some of the more elderly people in my family.
Right.
Just was she based on anyone in your life? Do you take inspiration from people you know for your characters?
I definitely do take some inspiration, and I don't think if I'd not lived the life I have, I don't think I would have been able to come up with my character stuff. She's not based on anyone, actually. It's not my real Nan. And my mum always says to me, "Oh, stop doing that, because people think it's Nanny, and Nanny doesn't swear like that." But it was a collection of old ladies that I knew, for sure, while growing up, that gave me the inspiration of that character. And that character, actually, when I leave today, I go to Ireland to start filming a feature-length version of that character. So, yeah. So I very much hope it will get to be aired in America. Because it's a cool story. You go back in time and you see her. It's like it's like the origin story of Nan. You get to see what happened in her life that made her such an old bastard, really. Sorry. But it's cool, it's fun. But also, to the point about do I draw inspiration on people, what I realised was we only tend to recognise ourselves physically. So you can steal from someone's personality as long as you don't physically represent them on screen. Because people don't recognise themselves unless the hair looks the same or something about them is similar. So I have, for example, you all know this, but I'm not expecting anyone else to know this, but I do a couple of characters, and I play one of the characters, and they're called Paul and Sam, and they are a married couple who absolutely love each other, but she's so banal, and she tends to sort of get excited about trivial stuff, right? And she does, right? Now that's my cousin. Right, that is my cousin. But my cousin's got short blonde hair, and I put a long black wig on this character. And my cousin does this the whole time. She goes, "You won't believe what's happened to me today," right? And then she'll tell you something really quite believable, I have understood. Apparently the police have come for me, I've got to go. Sorry. I think the death lobby got onto me, but there you go. Yeah, so my cousin's like, "Oh, you won't believe what's happened to me today. I've only gone out shopping to buy some milk, and I didn't have any milk." Right, that's it, right? I lifted that into characters and put that on the TV, right? When my show first came out, she said to me, "You won't believe what I've just seen. That character you do, that is so funny. Who would ever be like that?" Do you know why? It's because I've changed the hair. So yes, thank you very much. Now we've got 5 minutes left. So what we're going to do, how many more people to ask questions? None. If anyone has got a question, come up stage, we'll do a lightning round. And I'll do them really quickly. Oh, there's only 2 people. You guys... Oh, no, there's not. No, there's not. Oh, I'm going to come down to you. I don't expect you to come up stage. Lady. Right, everyone else get up on stage and line up. I will do a quick lightning round. Sorry, does that make you scared? I'm sorry. I always assume everyone's a big old show-off like me. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to quickly... Obviously, it's a lightning round, people, so I can't take so long with all the questions, but I just want everyone to get their chance. Hello, darling, what's your question?
My question is about Scrooge McDuck and Magica. Do y'all ever record at the same time?
No, we don't. No, I've never. I mean, it's, other people might, but I've never been in the thing. Mainly because me and David are usually in London and they're in America, but I've never even recorded with David. I know, it's so sad. Hi, darling.
I'm Tiffany. Do you like dogs, and if so, favorite breed?
I absolutely love dogs. What my favourite breed is I couldn't say because I honestly couldn't choose between them, but I have the most adorable little like joke dog who was a sort of a mistake, and she's a cross. She's not one of these like designer label things, you know, like a McDoodle or what they call Labradoodles or that. No. She was like, two friends of mine one had a long-haired Chihuahua and the other had a dog called a Brussels Griffon. And they locked on, and she was the result. She looks like a gremlin, and we call her a Chihuahuan. So there you go. Right, I'm going to start here, and we're going to move. Hi, darling. What's your question?
It's too long. I was going to ask you for a story, so instead, are you bothered?
Do I look bothered, Dragon Con? No, because I ain't bothered.
I'm Cheryl.
Hi.
Anything in the West End coming up for you?
If there is, I'm not going to tell you, am I? No, yes, probably. Lauren Cooper is showing the West End. No, probably, yeah, sorry.
And would you ever have Donna meet the real doctor?
What? No, you only get one question. Hello.
Hi. Your quote, please don't ever lock yourself in a room and feel like you're not good enough, resonates very highly with my 10-year-old daughter and of course my wife as well. Have you ever considered that you might be on that same iconic level as Lucille Ball and like Carol Burnett?
I haven't, but that is a very lovely thing to say. Thank you so much, darling. And I would never presume to, but thank you.
Favorite flavor of crisp?
Favorite flavour of crisp? Difficult one for me.
My husband likes cheddar and onion.
Okay, so I should say that. I'm going to say salt and vinegar. Screw him.
Since you don't like ingredients, what kind of cereal do you like?
You're absolutely right. I like 100% whole wheat, shredded wheat, because it's got one ingredient. That's what I like. Thank you. Hi, darling.
In the episodes of Doctor Who you were in, what was your favorite monster?
That is a good one, and I know the answer to this. You know, well, it's not a monster, but it is an ood. Genuinely is. 100% hand on heart. Do you know why? Because the oods are so soulful and amazing, and they reminded me of my cat, Trevor. It's the truth. It's the truth. Do you have a question, Mr. Ood? He's with you. Okay. Be careful. Hello, my darling. Hello.
This is Svetlana. She was the young doctor yesterday.
Yes, you were. You were young Donna, weren't you?
Hi.
Hello.
My question for you is, you are very well known for your sense of humor. What media inspired you when you were young?
For me, it was a range of British comedians, mainly French and Saunders, Victoria Wood. Wonderful show when I was growing up called Girls on Top with Tracy Ullman, in fact. Yes, and it was all wonderful things like that. Thank you so much. Nice to see you again. And this is the last one.
Hi.
Hi.
What is the weirdest thing that a fan has ever gifted you?
The weirdest thing that a fan has ever gifted me, well, no surprises as to where it was. It was a recording of themselves applauding. Wasn't that